Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, a bit of a follow-on from that Canon video. Doing it as a separate video because it's separate topic, and it does mean that you can pick and choose, but holy crumbs, this is getting interesting. Absolutely exhausted, however, feeling invigorated, and my heart is absolutely racing having done that video. So, full moon tomorrow, which is the 2nd of April for us, 1st of April for those 18, 15 hours behind. And I believe it's a pink moon to coincide with the pink cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms can be white too, but pretty cool. Okay, what I want to have a look at is now, one of my lovely viewers sort of pointed me in this direction. I went, oh, really? Can they? Because I do keep wondering why I keep getting something from overseas, military, and interim government. Okay, so I Googled, as one does, and the AI overview came up, blah, AI, but sometimes it's useful. And what I Googled was, can NATO form an interim government? Now, what it says is NATO is an intergovernmental military alliance, not a government building organisation, and therefore does not have direct authority to form an interim government itself. However, which means if somebody says but, it means disregard all that I said before. Now I'm coming to the juicy bit. However, through its partnerships with the United Nations and its involvement in post-conflict security, NATO has supported the establishment of interim governments and civilian administrations. The support for transition, NATO's role in creating stable conditions allow other international bodies like the UN to establish transitional governments. Security support in Iraq 2004, NATO provided training for security forces in support of the newly formed interim government rather than forming it. And international mandates. NATO's operations in places like Afghanistan often worked under the UN Security Council resolutions, providing a secure environment for political transition and the expansion of a central authority. So the organisation focuses on security rather than direct governance, operating through consensus among its members. Oakley dokley, is this the military we're picking up? Is this the interim government we're picking up? And I'm shuffling, I'm using the Smith-Waite tarot deck, and I've got a card that's fallen out, and I do have on the bottom legal restrictions. Is this the UN, or is this those that are involved in international war crimes and stolen, doing the ballotty thing? Let's see. Oh, look what fell out. The Sun card. Biggest yes in the deck. Biggest yes in the deck. And things being exposed. Holy crumbs. Okay. I'm going to, yes, 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 yes. Going to put that back randomly. Let's show, the Justice card. Some sort of ruling from a court. And then you've got this restriction. This is feeling huge. Really, really, my heart is literally pounding in my chest. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Now, just in other news, oh yes, rash action, harsh truth coming forward, military movement forward. The George Bush apparently is joining the Ford and Lincoln aircraft carriers in the Middle East. But let's have a look. Is the interim government in the US going to be made up of UN, NATO. Is it UN, NATO? Tell me about what do we need to know? UN, NATO. It's not going to happen overnight, so it's not tomorrow. But let's have a look. UN, NATO. Might be why I keep picking up the steel over the last few days. UN, NATO. Goodness me, I almost don't want to draw the cards. Okay, Page of Pentacles, information being brought forward, documentation potentially, or just looking closely at the things that were cast on November the 5th. Says me trying to avoid the censor bots. Challenged by the loss, disappointment, regret, cups spilt. Legal crossroads at the bottom. This is the here and now, looking at legal options. In the past, something was offered up with that Knight of Cups. Crowning the reading, the gift from the past, from red to red. The gift, so the giving of, literally. And if you have a look at all those little flowers in there, they look like stars. Starlink. That gifted November the 5th to the orange twerp, to the incompetent. It's also my Epps Files card as well. Let's see where we go. Right, you've got the smug merchant thinking everything's all that in a cup of tea. Careful what you wish for, because as soon as you start thinking all your cups are lined up in a row, someone's going to bowl it over. We've got the Three of Cups, the inner circle. We've got the Emperor, so externally, internally, externally, all those involved, celebrating whatever this, see all these cups here, offered, given, hunky-dory, inner circle. The internally, we've got the Emperor, the wannabe dictator, the Steel. Now, when I did my very, very last reading, just before the November 5th event happened, I got Harris win, Steel. Now, me, the skin being read that as, oh, she wins but is going to be accused of stealing. I didn't read it as, it's going to be stolen. The Steel. Sword of Truth, cutting through the crown. King of Pentacles, it's my flee on card, giving the false victory. Now, the reason why I call this the false victory, horse looks uncomfortable, rider looks uncomfortable, nobody is cheering in the background. It's like a declaration of a victory that was not a victory. Volatile information coming out with that Knight of Wands. That will change the viewpoint. Stop, suspend, sacrifice, the Hanged Man. And then we've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Cups. This might be canon with the recordings, or it could simply be the head of the ICC is female. Boy, I wouldn't want to cross her either, looking at her history. So this could be a case. And the Ace of Cups, new partnerships coming in from overseas with the Three of Wands. You've got those that were in the inner circle now finding themselves out in the cold, and the Tower. I think they're onto something here. And then you've got the blame game starting with the Five of Pentacles. And then you've got this King of Cups energy, contracts and agreements, bringing everything to an end and a new era. Holy moly. Now, when my guides want me to have a look at something, they literally will not let my eyeballs move on. Okay, so I think they're onto something here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And talk about culmination. I don't know what's going to lead up to it. Where do I go? What's my next question? I have no idea. Okay. Oh, interestingly enough, with the Artemis 2 launch, a lot of you mentioned that, according to Stefan Burns, I don't watch all of Stefan's. He's fabulous, but most of it goes over my head. It's just not enough hours in the day. Apparently, the launch time is absolutely horrific, with the energies coming off the sun, the meteors, all the rest of it. I just feel really uncomfortable about the launch. My guides did say, the cards did say yesterday that it would go ahead after some sort of delay. Something feels just funky with it, just not it's not sitting right. So I hope everybody stays safe, and I hope it just simply gets cancelled and cancelled and cancelled and cancelled and cancelled. Okay, where do I go with this? Is the UN going to form the interim government in the US? Is the UN have to be with the agreement of the states, one would assume? Is the UN going to form? Now, goodness me, massive conflict underway, and Congress are on holidays. Okay, let's have a look. Is the UN going to form the interim US government with assistance of those within the US? It's not all external. It's almost like what I'm getting is that the UN will nominate. So it's not actually going to be members of the UN that come in, so members of other countries. The UN's going to nominate who it is. I always get a three panel top layer, and then others working particular departments filtering around. For example, Buttigieg will find himself back in transport, etc. Those that are competent will find themselves in positions where they are skilled and competent. None of this who owes who what rubbish that's currently going on. Okay, will the UN show me? The UN. Well done, let's have a look. King of Swords. Some sort of legal ruling. Some action being taken on a strategy here to manifest, and something new. The Magician. Hard work being done, and new plan. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. This is wild. New plan, new beginning, new action being taken. In regards to governance, the Hierophant. You've got this Queen of Wands and the circles of support cheering. It's not so much the inner. Let's see where this goes. Security, infighting, throwing under the bus, and then the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity. And there's that overseas, coming in from overseas card. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Volatile information, something being moved forward, discussions underway on the world stage. So we've got Six of Swords, 2, the Death card, looking at the information with this Page of Pentacles, there is strength in it, working together. It's going to bring an end to this chaos. Certain people might find themselves arrested. We've got justice out in the cold, the White House Steel by Fleon. Unexpected information coming out about the vote flipping, the military, the Judgment card. Yep, okay, I don't need to go any further. It'll be a short video. Yeah, I think it's going to be... Now, the US is a member of NATO, but so don't ask me how that's going to work. I keep getting the feel when I'm asking this sort of thing, which for me is just absolutely uncharted water. So I'm going to leave that there. I don't know where to go with it. Let it play. For those of us that are already beyond this absolute clusterfuckery crap shit that's going on, stand on the sidelines, let it play. Love to you all. Take care.